So guys, this is a different type of video that I was originally intending to make, but I did, well, I say make, it doesn't really be technical on my part, but I wanted to sort of film what I think is going to be as close to direct appeal to Stewart Donald as possible. Am I expecting this to go anywhere? No, not particularly. I'm not claiming to be, I'm the main Sunderland fan or anything. That's absolute garbage. There are many more passionate Sunderland fans than me. Anyone who watches my videos for long enough will know this. Look, I'm the least popular Sunderland YouTuber, but I figured as I've got a half-decent platform, I figured that I think I kind of owe it to Sunderland fans to try to at least make some sort of difference. So my message to Stewart Donald is, and by the way, this is off the cuff as most of my videos are, but this is my message to Stewart Donald. I believe 2 years ago you did save the club. I do believe that had you not came in, and people can argue all they want about, or anyone else could have done a job. If you believe that, that's fine. I don't personally believe that because I don't believe there would have been a high queue of buyers. That's one of the things I do believe the current owners on. If you look at the fact we were hemorrhaging around £190 million of debt, again, correct me if I am wrong on that, because I could very well be wrong on that. But I just think the first season, in the 18-19 season, there was not much more Donald Methven could have done. But since then, and Donald especially, you've hidden massively from the Sunderland fan base. I don't share the animosity towards you that a lot of other people do, and you're not stupid. You'll know that a few people are not particularly your biggest fan. But the reason that they're doing that is because of the reason that they're criticising, or the reason they're being vocal is because, like every other fan, their love of the club. They absolutely love the club. You've got to remember and realise that Sunderland is the beating heart of the city. It's one that it brings the community, as cliched as it sounds, it brings communities together. It makes us forget the horrors of the outside world. Look at the ongoing pandemic. Yet we can watch football and to an extent escape from it. And that's one of the reasons I love football, to go and see my friends, to go and have a good time. Obviously I want to see Sunderland win as well, but to go and have a day out, that to me, that's what the match day experience is. Donald, you came in and we bought your ideas and philosophies of the club, and I believe you at least did have the best wishes of Sunderland at heart. Now I say did, you could still do for all I know, but I can't claim to know that. You and Methven, for me, at the start, turned around a rotten culture. A culture that had gone through the heart of Sunderland and the backbones of Sunderland for so many years, which for me was the reason why we struggled in the Premier League, didn't want to do any better than fourth bottom, and definitely the biggest reason why we got relegated from the Championship. Nevertheless, you two came in and changed that culture for a time. You came in and changed the culture and the identity of, no, we're going to be much meaner and leaner and hard. To quote what Methven said, the P take party stops now, so I'm going to try to avoid swearing here. I might end up doing a terrible job of it though. But since then, Donald, you've hidden hugely. Now, if you remember now, obviously 6 months ago, or over 6 months ago rather, after the Boxing Day 0-0 draw against Bolton Wanderers, there was a call to say Donald out. At the time, I wasn't overly on board with it, but Donald, please listen to this. You have within your power the chance to affect change. You have within your power the chance you are, like you quoted yourself, you are responsible for people's livelihoods. Looking after something like the Stadium of Light for a whole community. You even said yourself on Sunderland Till I Die in the first season, very end of the first season, wow, you were overwhelmed by it because you could see how big Sunderland is. There have been recent reports coming out that you rejected a bid from a Saudi Arabian consortium, and there's talks of coming in with being linked with Mark Campbell. If Mark Campbell, you feel, is genuinely the best person to take Sunderland forward, and I don't want you to mainly think about yourself here. Of course, you're going to want to make money. That's understandable. I completely get that. You want to make money. That's what a business is there for. But football is not like any other business. Football, a lot of it is built on emotion, foundation, love, and trust. And that last bit is the key word: trust. We have not had really any official confirmation from you. We are not interested in hearing what Jim Rodwell has to say, or at least I'm not. I'm interested in what you have to say. I'm interested in what you are doing to try and make sure that everything is going in the right direction again. You have within, like I said before, you have within your power to affect change. Now, if there's a good offer on the table for Sunderland, even if it means you're not going to be directly involved in it, if it's genuinely for the best interest of the club at heart, please accept it. Please consider Sunderland first and yourself second. That's your duty as owner of Sunderland Association Football Club. This is going to be probably, you even said yourself, this is probably going to be one of the biggest clubs. Methvin said it himself. You two are not going to be involved in a bigger club than this. You know, and I want, you know, my ultimate message is you can still turn this around. You can still turn this around, in my opinion. I think that even though there's a lot of damage that's already been done in other aspects of the club, the season cards debacle for one thing, you know, Stewart Donald, you can affect this change if you really want to. You can make the best decisions for the Sunderland Association Football Club at heart. Of course, again, I'm not going to slag you or your family off in that sense, and anyone who does go after Stewart Donald's family, I think, is idiotic, because there's no need for it. But you've got to remember, fans love the club. They are concerned because they love the club. And I think it seems to me, and I could be wrong here, it seems to me like you've forgotten that. It seems to me like you've completely forgotten that. Come out and talk on a platform. I've even sent you a message saying, come to speak on SCFC Fan TV. Come and clarify things. Now, I understand not everybody's going to want to hear that, but some form of clarity and communication is better than nothing. It's better than nothing. And if you could come out and explain what certain decisions are, even though people will be sceptical, it might be a starting step towards at least somewhat healing the damage that's been done. So my conclusion to this mess of a video, Donald, I still believe you want to save the club, but you need to look very carefully at what's happening. You are now at risk of killing it. You know yourself how big Sunderland is. You know yourself how passionate these Sunderland fans are. You know yourself how much that everyone associated with Sunderland loves the club. There are people involved at the club who I believe have the best interest of Sunderland at heart. Donald, come out and prove that you have the best interest of Sunderland at heart. You can turn this around. Find the best suitable buyer for Sunderland. If that means you stay on, so be it. But if it's the best buyer, and I mean genuinely, not just say that they're the best interest and then contradict and prove otherwise with their actions. No, I mean someone who is actually going to deliver what you and Methven were doing in the first few months of your tenure. We want someone like that, but to not lose that. Don't go into your shell. Don't hide. Again, guys, I'm not expecting this video to do anything, but this is my somewhat attempt of a rallying call for Stewart Donald. And thank you for watching it. I'm not expecting anything from it, like I've said 100 times, but I felt like I owe it, considering the platform I'm privileged to have on here. I feel it is my responsibility to at least do something, and I'm sure every other fan feels the same way. We all want our club back.